add nuance to the conversation about intentionality because I think there's a collective misunderstanding when it comes to identifying where intentionality actually lies, especially when we consider the true definition of abuse. Abuse is defined as any action that intentionally harms another person. Intentionality is right in the definition. If you tell somebody that their behavior is harmful and they continue to engage in that behavior, then they are intentionally trying to harm you, which is abuse. So I too recently had some guy show up in my comments telling me that abuse is not always intentional. Some people behave abusively and don't realize that they're doing it. It's not intentional and it's not fair to label them as an abuser. And I agree with the piece that just because somebody engages in an abusive act, it doesn't necessarily make them an abuser. But that's a separate conversation from the definition of abuse and its intentionality. Similarly, you might hurt other people with your words and your actions. This doesn't mean that it was an abusive act. So then what does abuse actually mean? Well, abuse is defined as an intention to harm. But intentionality doesn't necessarily lie in a conscious decision to abuse, as in I'm consciously deciding to abuse you. The intentionality lies in the motivation of the behavior. What is the intention behind this behavior? Doing something with the intention of taking advantage of or harming somebody qualifies as abuse. Doing something with the intention to exert control, take away power, manipulate, or retain against your will qualifies as abuse. When your partner stands in front of a door and won't let you leave the room, they are trying to retain you against your will, which is abuse. When your partner blames you for their behavior or tells you it's your responsibility to meet their needs, they are trying to manipulate you so that you behave in a way they want you to. That's abuse. When your partner interferes with your sleep, to either pick a fight or to have sex, they are trying to control you, which is abuse. When your partner dismisses your feelings, changes or denies the narrative, validates your experience, tells you you're too sensitive or emotional, raises their voice or calls you names, they are trying to take your power away, which is abuse. When you address your partner's behavior and they say, well, I guess I can't do anything right, they are trying to manipulate you, which is abuse. And when your partner puts you down, even sarcastically, it's for their personal gain, so they can get a laugh. This is an attempt to take your power away and to humiliate you, which is abuse. Most common argument is, well, they were emotional or angry, so it's not intentional. When an abusive person is triggered, they often feel powerless. Instead of sitting with those feelings of powerless, they engage in behaviors to manipulate, to control, take power away, to take advantage of, or to hurt their partner in an attempt to regain power. That is always a choice because it is fueled by the feelings of powerlessness. Abuse is defined by the intention, not always the impact. What do they gain by behaving in this way? And therein lies the defining piece. Because we all have the ability to choose to treat others with abuse or to treat others with kindness. Abuse is always intentional.